$3 billion. 300 acres. Megacity envisioned for California's homeless. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on ZeroHedge.com. So this one's a really interesting one. Apparently, people in California are trying to build a mega city in California worth $3 billion to house all the homeless. This is a bad idea. For the most part, there's a reason most people are homeless. Okay, a lot of them have mental problems. There are a lot of veterans whom I fully support that we do something to help them get out of the streets. But a lot of people are homeless because they can't function in society. A good number of them just don't want to function in society. Some people like being homeless. It's a really insane thing. But I don't need to tell you that this is a horrifically stupid idea for a lot of reasons. Okay, first and foremost, since when has a socialist system ever worked? Since when has giving people free stuff ever worked? It does not work. It's not going to fix anything. But before we look at this absurd story, and it does come with pictures and concept art, so we're going to take a look at that, a quick word from this month's sponsor, unsilencedvoice.com. Unsilencedvoice.com is a free speech platform where you can post dank memes and join communities with all sorts of content that you might enjoy, including business, bushcraft, the elections, conservatism. If you have an interest, they have a community. Unsilencedvoice.com. Join today. So, here we go. Ask any San Franciscan what the state of California has in excess of, and the most likely answer will be homeless people and their excrement, especially with the liberal Mecca recording as many as 16,000 feces complaint in 1 week. Actually, ask just about anyone and the answer will be the same. After all, with 130,000 homeless people, California is now home to more than a quarter of the nation's homeless population. That is insane. California is literally so bad, such a bad place to live in such a dump, third world conditions, that it has more than a quarter of the entire country's homeless population. How does that happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happens, folks. California is a blue state. California is run by Democrats, and this is where democratism leads. This is what happens. Any state or any city or any place run by Democrats eventually becomes third world tier. Okay, California has so much feces on the roads, on the streets. Look at this map. This is a feces map. 2011 to 2019 San Francisco human waste reportings. As you can see, San Francisco is, look at it. It literally turns pitch black because the reports are so dense in some places. And the whole state is like this, really. People just poop on the streets. Democratic cities. This is what you get. Okay, so that all may soon change, however. If a new crowdfunding effort succeeds in its effort to solve the U.S. homeless crisis by building a 300-acre city open exclusively for those without a home, Daune Nason, founder of the Folsom-based Citizens Again, released details Thursday of his plans for an estimated $3 billion private city equipped with amenities and services for a 150,000 high-needs population, CBS LA reports. So this is an impression of the homeless city, and this is going to be a nightmare. Let's say he raises the money. Let's say he raises $3 billion. Billion, not million, billion. Let's say he raises $3 billion. Let's say that he puts all those 150,000 people into these shelters. How do you think it's going to end? These people could get jobs. They could work their way up. They could make an honest living, but they don't. A lot of these people are addicted to substances. A lot of these people don't have the tools or the capacity to function in a society. You see, this is the problem, and this is why everywhere run by Democrats and everything the Democrats do blows up in their faces and blows up in the country's face. They always try to solve the problem without fixing the cause. You need to fix the cause of homelessness. You don't need to give the homeless free homes. You need to fix the cause, and that's a big thing with me. Because I've noticed this, and I've noticed that it's one of the biggest reasons the world is the way it is. Why the world is so messed up is because people always try to put Band-Aids on problems. When, let's say it's a broken bone, they put a Band-Aid on it, but what it really needs is to be put in place and put on a stent and allowed to heal. You know, like in a cast. Solve the problem, not the symptom. And that's what they're doing. They're going after the symptoms without solving the problem. It won't solve anything. So this homeless city looks nice. Okay, and it's actually pretty funny because I'm playing a video game right now called Shadowrun Hong Kong. And there's literally a plot point where it's like, and then the government decided to build a place for the homeless. And then the story goes that it turned into a huge slum that was segregated. And it was a nightmare to live there because who's going to pay for upkeep? Who's going to pay for the taxes? Who's going to pay for the property tax? This is so unsustainable. And it's so funny how, you know, I'm playing this video game and it talks about how this was a horrible idea and never worked and didn't work at all. You know, I know it's fiction, but it's just the irony. There's no way this will work for a million reasons. Okay. The property taxes alone are going to be expensive. Who's going to pay that? This is insane. Qualified citizens, those who meet as yet undisclosed criteria, will be allowed to live in the city and are free to leave whenever they wish, says Nason, who adds, some might want to stay forever. According to the press release, the all-inclusive city, which hopes to overtake San Francisco as the mecca of America's homeless, that doesn't sound like a good thing, man, will offer high-density housing and dormitories consisting of sleeping quarters and communal bathrooms and private showers. Additionally, residents would be provided RFID-enabled wristbands to be tracked constantly. That's crossed out, but I think we get it. Gain access to their dorm rooms, as well as perform tasks such as job check-in, purchasing items with credits, medical consumption, and more. Real change is coming for everyone. Citizens Again. You know, my first instinct would tell me that this is probably just a scam. This guy's going to raise money. He's going to run away with it. He'll never raise $3 billion. It's impossible. But let's say he does. And let's say he doesn't run away with the money. This is going to go down in the history books as one of the greatest catastrophes of all time. And you know what? I stand by this prediction. So, okay, let's check it out. What is this going to be like? Okay, according to the Citizens Again website, the aspects of the homeless city will include hospitals, dental and vision services, mental health, movie theaters, bowling alleys, sports courts, hotels for visiting family, dog parks and kennels, perimeter staff housing, job training, GED certificates, house and job placement. Who's going to pay for all of this? Who's going to pay to keep it maintained? Is this person thinking that all of these homeless people will just magically show up and become functioning members of society? No, I appreciate the attempt. It's kind of nice, but there's no way. I mean, this person probably has no experience in construction, in real estate. Oh man, you know what? If this does happen, I will cover it. I will analyze it. I will put in the effort. And I will tell the tale of the $3 billion homeless city and how it turned into a slum nightmare and how they spent $5 billion and the whole city collapsed because of financial obligations because they made a bunch of mistakes in construction. I mean, it's going to happen. Okay, so here we go. So here's some art. TV pods are a semi-enclosed room with tiered seating for citizens to watch TV in a community environment within their neighborhood. Each TV pod will play a unique channel, giving the entire 1 acre floor many viewing options. So they're literally going to build a ginormous TV watching floor, 1 acre big, with different channels and different rooms? That's insane. So you're telling, look, there's 16 in this image alone, and there's 2 TVs we can see, maybe a third on the other side. That's 3 TVs, flat screen for every room. Okay, the money adds up. Citizens will scan their wristbands through the access turnstiles to gain entry into the residential building, their dorm rooms and venues, as well as perform job check-ins, purchase items with credits, check their daily schedule, account for meals, log medicine consumption, and more. Yeah, this doesn't sound dystopian at all. I want to go to the Cuck movie theater and go and pass the Cuck gates and live in this Cuck pod here. The Cuck dorm, is that what they're calling it? Dorm rooms are similar concepts to college rooms and sleeping rooms in long-distance passenger trains. They're a safe, comfortable place to sleep and rest. Ah, maybe. But are they safe from each other? I don't know what their criteria is, but I think the biggest danger in this city will be the people who are brought there themselves. Now, here is actually a really good idea. I'm actually 100% behind this. Tunnels under the city will be used to minimize disruption of citizen life. Deliveries and logistics can be performed without clogging city streets. City workers can quickly get to job sites, and infrastructure maintenance and upgrades can be performed without tearing up paved city streets. So here's the concept art. Now this is a really good idea, actually. More cities should have underground structures and ways for people to get around. This is actually a really good idea. That being said, how are they going to build all of this with only $3 billion? I don't see it. So this is the concept art for the hotels and rooms they'll be staying in. And I gotta be honest, it seems a little wasteful. Why not just build one big round building? And that way you can fit more units inside. Like, I don't know how well this holds up against earthquakes and stuff, but it is interesting. Let's see. So, okay, so there's the tunnel system. And, oh, this is their map. Cool. So here is the map of the city. This is their concept. Okay, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they got 15 structures to house the people. There's going to be parks, cafeteria, health and education, city management, activities. It's interesting, right? But to go from this map, to go from this fancy map and to bring it into reality, that's a huge leap. How do you even start a city from scratch? How do you build up an entire city from nothing? And then you're going to populate it with a bunch of homeless people who are formerly homeless and give them free housing? Are they going to pay rent? Are they going to work jobs? What exactly are you going to do to fix things? Now, I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the idea. I like it. But I give this a 5% chance of succeeding. And that's probably being really generous. So it's quite clear that it's probably a scam. Again, I really don't have much faith in this. The article goes on to point out that point. Maybe it won't be, and maybe the Homeless City Vision is just a giant online fundraising scam. Consider this woke, noble mission statement that Nason proudly penned on his $50,000 GoFundMe campaign. A new and unique solution for every chronic homeless adult is coming. For decades, our government has been building small shelters all across America to house our chronic homeless. But at the current placement rate, it will take 200 years to house them all. It's time to think differently. I'm going to build a city. And he basically goes on to say, and then in a few lines he says, by not taking a salary for the last few years, I've exhausted all my financial means to get this project launched, and I'm now many months behind my mortgage payment and all bills. No crash or credit left. Every donation, clicking the share button, truly matters for this project, my family, myself, my everything. So yeah, this is probably just him scamming to get money. But the worst case scenario, which is actually really disturbing to me, is maybe it's not. Maybe he's really trying to build this mega city, and maybe he bankrupted his entire family to do so. But he's only trying to raise $50,000. Yeah, this is something else, folks. Can you say scam? Salsa Verde says, I was wondering where the first Soylent factory was going to be located. Yeah, the people in the comment section pretty much agree with my sentiments here about this. It's clearly probably just a scam. This is impossible. And if this man really spent his life savings trying to get this project off the ground, that is so irresponsible. I think it goes without saying that even if this is legitimate, it's doomed to fail. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? What do you think about this $3 billion project to house all the America's homeless? Well, at least California's homeless. Be sure to let me know. Now, if you like the content that I make and want to show some support, you can find links in the description that will take you to my Patreon or my Subscribe store. You can subscribe to either one. It's a really good way to support the channel and the content I'm making, and sharing the video also helps. If you think it's worth sharing, post it on social media. Show other people this insane project. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.